Morning. There's the Bonkers dog taking a rest from a lot of ball chasing. That is definitely her raison d'etre. Last night I started teaching the new intake for the November unit, the intro class, the introduction, which runs on a Monday and Tuesday evening before we start. It's online, so there's a flexibility around that. And when you're really teaching method, one of the things to think about is how you really start to unpack it and explain it, and particularly this thing about the instrument. And there's a very couple of important things to think about the instrument. Number one is, like, what is there to work with? Because if you think of acting as a bunch of skill sets that are kind of like muscular things you've got to learn to be able to do, maybe like speak a different language or speak in a different voice, and these are skills without a shadow of doubt, but they're kind of tools to acquire things. But acting requires so much of what you work with, because the script is important, the characterization is important, but the biggest thing you're working with is you. So what is there to work with? And that's why the whole concept of the instrument is really central to your growth as an actor. One of the ways of looking at it is that if you are a cook, or you're making food, you're not only learning new ingredients, which is you, but you're also learning new techniques to really unlock those ingredients. And so it's a multiplication of creative potentials that come when you really train the instrument, and in the most simplest senses of relaxation, sense memory, which then expands and enriches those skill sets and all the other things that you learn through work experience, through training and so forth. So yeah, come into class, book up, sort of that kind of blah 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 type stuff. But think about that. It's really you. What is there to work with? And it leads to the second component, which is you're learning to bring alive or amplify the narrative in you, the voices in you, the thoughts, the impulses in you, as a means to bring alive the thoughts, impulses and narratives within the material. And that does require an unconscious capacity from the instrument, because at its best, the character is an unconscious manifestation of the writer. So much of what you're going to explore and find happens the same way that the writer explores and finds the character in the text, in the words that they put together. They actualize it in words, and you actualize it in actions. Come on, Bonkers, let's go. She's very active.